Hi, Lauren. I was just doing my vital signs on Miss Harper Jones, and I noticed she has an order for a blood transfusion.
Okay. So you just took the vital signs. That's
Right.
really important. We always want to make sure that the vital signs are within normal limits to begin. Why don't we take a look at her chart and see if she has consent signed?
Okay.
Here's her chart. So our plan is going to see how he does.
Here's our consent for transfusion of blood.
And then if he's okay. So it's very important that we make sure that every piece is filled out, that the patient signed, print, date, and time. The witness signs, print, date, and time. And the physician sign, print, date, and time. It's also important to make sure that the physician did not also sign as the witness. We want to make sure that we print the order for transfusion so that we can pick up the blood from the blood bank. You can right click, go down to print the order sheet. Okay, so why don't you go ahead and grab the pre-transfusion checklist. So the first thing on our pre-transfusion checklist is to make sure if the patient is participating in bloodless medicine.
Right.
How would we know if she was participating?
There would be notes in the chart, and she would have the wristband on with the teardrop, with the line through it.
Right. Next, we're going to verify our order in Cerner. So it's going to be a two-part order. There's going to be the order to transfuse as well as the product order.
Right.
We have both, so you can check yes. We've already checked our consent, and it was signed, printed, date, and time by the patient, witness, and physician. So next, all we have to do is go check on Miss Jones. We're going to check her IV line to make sure that it's an appropriate gauge and to make sure that it's patent. And we also want to check her vital signs to make sure that everything's within normal range.
Right. Hi, Miss Jones. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Can you tell me your full name
Sure, Harper Jones,
and your date of birth?
12/26/1984.
I'm going to check your IV. The doctor's ordered a unit of blood for you. So we want to check your 20 gauge IV to make sure that it's patent. You picked up your unit of blood at the blood bank.
So we just need to verify. I'm going to look at your name band, and we're just going to check everything to make sure that everything's compatible.
Please, Harper Jones,
Date of birth,
12/26/84.
medical record number ready, 000.
Okay, so now we're going to check the blood bag.
Go ahead.
It's unit number W047016165465. Donor is A positive. Product expires 6/22/17 at midnight. The product is red blood cells, cross-match compatible, and there are no product attributes. So remember to always leave this tag attached until the end of the transfusion, just in case there's any reaction during transfusion. We're going to create our dynamic group. We're going to scan that upper left-hand barcode with the unit number. Make sure that that's the one that you're scanning. Okay. So then it's going to pull right into our dynamic group for the unit number. So let's keep going on, and we're going to fill in the product type. We're going to choose red blood cells. Our blood unit type, again, let's just verify it's A positive. There were no special needs for this product. And the expiration date is 6/22/17 at midnight. Okay, so now we've entered our dynamic group. We're going to go through and do all of our pre-transfusion checks. So first we're going to check our pre-transfusion checks. We've checked that the consent is signed, the line is patent, our vital signs were within normal limits, and we have our equipment at the bedside. Next, we identified our patient using the identification band, and we confirmed the electronic medical record that we have in order. Our bedside unit verification is when the two nurses check at the bedside, so we're going to click yes, and I'll sign as your witness. The patient versus unit ABO-RH is compatibility. Product to an unstable patient, no. Our bedside equipment that we're using is our blood tubing and our blood compatible IV pump. Remember that all of our blood products, including albumin, go through our Alaris pump, and always remember to use your guardrail settings. Blood transfusion site was our left peripheral IV. Blood volume hung is found right on the bag, so we have 325 milliliters. And then the last thing that you're going to do is enter in your start time.
Ms. Jones, your transfusion is now done.
So we're just going to go through and do our transfusion completed tasks. So we're going to do transfusion completed, yes, because the entire thing transfused. Our end transfusion checks, we flushed our line, so line patency. We'll remember to go into INO and document vital signs and volume infused. If for whatever reason the transfusion was not completed, then we would go through and fill in why or if there were any reaction. The last thing that we're going to do is go in and fill in our stop time. This is after you've entered in your vital signs and volume transfused. So now that it's completed, since we did electronic documentation, you can remove the paper from the blood product bag and throw it in the confidential bin. If you had documented on paper versus electronic, then you would take the paper and put it in the patient's chart.